I first off really want to thank PSI for giving us this opportunity, because this has given all the employees, whether you are a program specialist, office assistant, receptionist, whatever, it's given us a voice. And we've been able to express what we want and what we think could better our environment and our work setting. And I think when when our well-being is up and better, that helps us with our participants, and they'll gain better opportunities and knowledge through us if our well-being is good. Also, I believe that if you're happy at work, it'll carry over and you'll be happy at home. If you're happy at home, it'll carry over to be happy at work. So it gives you all kinds of building blocks and steps to do that, and that's what I feel like this program has done.
I think this was a great opportunity for employees to be involved in their own environment. I was thinking a lot about this. Inherently, there's kind of a mistrust between what employees can come up with and what management can not accept, but what they can collaborate on, I think. But with this project, there's a really safe structure, and I think that is just invaluable. I think that's very comforting to the employees, and I think that should be very comforting to the management as well.
One of the coolest things about this initiative was that it got everybody involved. It gave everybody a voice. Everybody had multiple opportunities to put their input into this project. You can make your own submissions, you could vote and rate others' ideas to come to a consensus about what the most popular opinions were. And I think this is something that every company should do, and every department of every company really, because it keeps an open dialogue of what's important to people. And one of the more fascinating things to me about this was that many of the things that would increase employees' well-being were things that probably wouldn't even cost money to lay out. So there's a lot of things that can be done to make work just a little bit easier for people and to make people happier and lead to better productivity.
I've heard from employees since we started this that they've enrolled in financial planning classes, that they're thinking about taking more advantage of our tuition reimbursement, that they want to be more involved in the community, that they've thought of ways that they feel like they could give back more. They've gone to church, they've gone to work out, you just get the conversation started, and you create a culture where everyone's expected to be always improving. When you invest in the individual employee, you're investing in the organization. They feel more loyal, they feel more connected, they feel more motivated, and that spills over into the other employees. And the culture becomes about being positive and about improving. And any negativity that might be there is kind of wiped out. The positive approach wins, and the person wins and the organization wins. The Well-Being Project for us has certainly been a success, and the employees themselves now are picking this up, and they've created a group that's now going to continue this and institutionalize this and move this forward by all kinds of different workshops, support services, continually reassessing. So I see this being very integrated into our organization moving forward, and it's really been a great experience for us.
Overall, I love the project. I thought it was a really good opportunity for all of us to get to know each other and all of the employees that we don't always get to interact with from other departments. It was really exciting to take a positive approach to all of the issues or negative things at work and turn them into a really positive aspect, come up with some solutions for how to make our workplace better. Overall, I think the morale increased for all of us that were participating in the project. So I know it was really beneficial and something we'd like to continue in the future.
Okay, my name is Richard Brown. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Charlesville Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska. I thought it was just another employee satisfaction survey, which tend to have employees evaluating the organization and identifying what's wrong. They usually focus on what they don't like, talk about not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources, but this was profoundly different. The employees got involved with answering one question actually, which is what ideas do you have that would improve your well-being in our workplace? Because what I really liked about it is that I didn't have to do anything with it. I didn't have to plan it. I didn't have to motivate. I just waited for the employees to do their work and then evaluate what it was that they wanted to do. And we simply provided implementation for it. We provided an opportunity for administration to have some ideas to select from that would improve the well-being in the workplace. So I'm in favor of it. I'm sold on it, and we'll certainly do it again.
In listening to your testimonial kinds of things that individual employees talked about earlier, one of the things that really stood out in my mind that was talked about, which is not always usual, and that's the relationship between personal well-being and corporate well-being. They go together, and that was really emphasized by these people who were on the testimonials. Lori asked that I kind of summarize what we mean by well-being that I first talked to her about when I met her in her office, and I don't remember what I said. So I don't know if this is going to be anything close or not, but well-being is a relatively new field. It's been around for a long time, but in terms of really catching hold, it's been around for a fairly short amount of time. The book that you have from Gallup came out about a year and a half ago, and I think that that's what really caused it. Before that, there were books on the theory of well-being, other books that were, fuzzy kinds of books. But what that book does is give a platform. It gives a platform with those 5 elements, which you all know, and we all now know that what's important is balancing all of those elements. And as you said, I can't remember your first name, Joe. The very first day we met, talking about well-being, he picked up on that immediately. And that's what it amounts to. It's just that simple. It's a matter of balancing the so-called well-being elements and doing that for one simple but extremely important reason, which is arrive at a state of happiness. That's a simple way of putting it, but that's what it really amounts to, arriving at a state of happiness. And if employees are happy, it has a trickle-down effect, or triple-up effect, however you want to think about it. If employees are happy, your clients are happy, your customers are happy, those that you come in contact with are happier. So as simple as it might say to simply use the word happy, that's the way I think about it. That's really what the important effect is of all of this.